report reaching us right now is that there is a new development, like brand new development coming from an Ifa priest with his overzealous wife. That the Ifa priest got married to 3 women. Before now, there used to be just 2 women, and he went and married the third one. And unfortunately, he married Aproco International, the commissioner of Aproco of all times. And so that one now came in and started causing problems between the first wife and the second wife. And they've been having so many issues. And now the Ifa got up and said, I'm not going to be able to cope with this. I need you to leave, okay? That he wanted a divorce. And the last wife is refusing to go because she wants to stay in the marriage, but she's not ready to behave herself. And so what has happened right now is that the Ifa priest decided that the woman must go. Now, what we heard allegedly is that the woman decided to go into the palace to go and be opening her mouth, like saying a whole lot of things, opening her mouth in a way that nobody could have ever imagined. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source and still on the Royals. How are you guys doing, Dela Rights? Happy weekends to you. My Dela Rights, my Dela Rights, my Dela Rights, my Dela Rights. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. Saying thank you to you can never be overemphasized. Don't get tired of hearing it. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always being here. I appreciate you. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Okay, report reaching us right now is that an Ifa priest who is married to 3 wives had a problem with his wives, and one of them decided to come and start opening his mouth, allegedly saying things that borders on the last birthday to the Ooni of Ife. Now, allegedly, it's important to understand that these are all alleged news. I cannot overemphasize that these are all alleged news. I'm a blogger. This is a blog. When I get any gist, I bring it here. So basically, I am saying bloggers are actually saying what other people have already said, like repeating what other people have already said. So they said she came down to the palace and she came to report that the birthday that happened, remember the birthday we saw where Ooni of Ife was sharing cake by himself? And we were wondering, we are all aware that Ooni is a very liberal king, a man with a kind heart. His simplicity is, like he cannot be even overemphasized. But then again, to see a king of that magnitude cutting cake by himself, so you could just tell that something happened, okay? And so they said that what happened, allegedly, this lady, like this news we are hearing, if this is to be true, okay? If this is to be true. You know something? I'm very fascinated about the news that comes from the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And so whenever I get that news, I want to bring it here so that, we hear it together. But before I do that, I always let you understand that it's alleged information. So you want to bear that in your mind when you are on this channel, okay? And so that will also guide the way you're leaving your comment so that you are civil in leaving your comment, understanding that it's not a first-hand information. Okay, they said that this woman now went to the palace and she's reporting that the reason, what happened that we did not know at the time was that he had seen something. You know what they do? They have a way that they spiritually go into the future to see what awaits you in the future. We know that, of course, Yoruba people are very traditional people. They do this a lot. It's called, they meet diviners. They tend to want to look at the future to see what it is. And so they said that this Ifa priest had already told Kabiesi that there will be a problem on that birthday, and the problem will be coming from the cake, that the cake will be messed with, so that people who will eat the cake will have issues that will drag him, and that will make people question his integrity and make people question everything around him. And that was what the Ifa priest had seen at the time, that the cake was going to have issues. I don't want to name the name, but you can understand what this is about. Because of YouTube protocol, there are certain things I do not call, okay? And so So what the Ifa priest had recommended at the time was that Kabiesi would have to share the cake, like be involved in the cake by himself. That way, with everything he carries as the first son of the god, Arole Oduduwa, Kabiesi, oh, respect to our king, our very great king. You know, I respect Kabiesi and I respect him a great deal. He is a good king. And now they said that with everything he carries as the first son of the gods, and you know, all the grung grung grang 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 grang, you know now, you understand? So if he touches the cake, everything will be neutralized, okay? And that was why Oni was made to go and be sharing cake by himself. But here is the catch. They said the reason why they did this thing was because it was Dr. Lizzie, my beautiful Dr. Lizzie, my own very Dr. Lizzie. They said it was because it was Dr. Lizzie who was arranging the cake. Apparently, all of that story that they cooked with the Ifa praise, apparently was to make sure that Kabiesi does not accept the cake from Dr. Lizzie. That is what we heard. And because they knew that she was going to be very heartbroken, because they knew that she spent so much money, she basically organized everything by herself. Like that was her, like her personal gift to her husband. You know, like when Queen Naomi was in the palace, you saw that very beautiful birthday that she organized for her husband. It was really hard. We all followed the birthday. We loved it. We loved when she knelt down, you know, teased her husband and, you know, praised her husband and all of that. We saw all of that happen, and she said that other people should help her thank the Ooni of Ife. So it was something like that. You know, if you love a man, what you want to do is to surprise them on certain days, okay? Not like some, let me not talk. So you want to do some of these things. It's pleasing unto you to do these things for the man that you love. So they knew that if Oni had not accepted that cake from Dr. Lizzie, the woman would have been heartbroken. And so they wanted that to happen. That was why they went to go and meet the far priest to come and give that story about the cake. And now when Ifa priest brought the story about the cake, they were hoping that Kabiesi will not accept the cake, or they might not use the cake. But another Ifa now came to say, nothing can happen. Arole Oduduwa, he is a great son of a God. Nothing can penetrate him. He should go and do the cake by himself and share the cake by himself. That if that happens, nothing, everything that is in the cake will be neutralized. And that was why they said that was why we saw Kabiesi sharing those cakes, sharing all of these things by himself. But you know, for me again, Dela Wright, I like to ask if everything we are hearing were to be true, what do you think? I want your thoughts on this, because Kabiesi, one thing I've always known about the Ooni of Ife, Ooni of Ife is a very great man. Ooni of Ife is a very liberal man. Ooni of Ife is very simple. He's got the greatest sense of humor. You see Ooni of Ife sharing money by himself. He is the first class monarch. Whether you like it or yes, I know a lot of you used to come and attack me when I say this, and you can never stop me from saying it. Ooni of Ife is such a great man. You know, this man is the one king that I do know has the greatest sense of humor. And he's the one king that I do know is very intelligent. He's the one king that I do know that he cares about people. I have seen a lot of people criticize him, saying that if you go around Ile-Ife, the roads are on time. It's only of Ife Osun State government that should be tarring road. Do you know what it takes to tar a kilometer? You leave people who are hungry around you. Yes, there is nothing wrong with, you know, preparing the roads around his neighborhood. I've heard people say when you go, the king's house, that is the what do you call, the palace is just seated very big, gigantic, all alone with, you know, poverty written around the palace. So you want him to come and demolish all of those houses and start rebuilding them with which money? I see a lot of us say things like this, like when TB Joshua passed on, we said, see where the uncle is living, I mean, the brother is living in abject poverty and all of that. One thing you do not know, as I am like this, me, I was raised in a farming community. My father was very educated, and my mother a very serious, like, commercial farmer, okay? Some of these people, if you like, go and carry them anywhere, they will never leave. They want their comfort, that's what we call comfort zone, okay? if you try to move them by force, you've caused problems for them. So sometimes you have to carry whatever you want to give them and go and give to them there, not to try to go and remove them from where they know, what they understand, and where they are comfortable in. So let me not digress. So with all of this, when people say that that was why he was cutting cake from the story we heard, I now go back to event where I have seen this man act as though he's not a king. Like he's really a simple king. And okay, recently we saw a video where he was sharing money. What would they say about this money? What would they say about this money that he was sharing by himself? So this is the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so going back to the story, they said this Aproko woman carried this thing to the palace, that she's been opening her mouth, talking, exposing the husband, exposing the husband, exposing the husband. You were married to two wives. They were not giving you wahala. You now carried yourself. You wanted to go and marry the third one, young blood, and come and put. Right now, Yongi has told you what Yongi, the wahala self is not small. So they say she has been the one saying all of this, that incident that we saw with Kabiyesi sharing cake, that was the reason why Kabiyesi had to be sharing cake by himself, that it was all masterminded by these Oloris. So I wanted to bring you this update. I'm going to bring you more. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, and happy weekends to you. I love you, Taylor Wright. Thank you so much.